Welcome back, Living Waters. We begin our dive into the epistles as we continue through the New Testament in the Bible Library series here. And today we are going into the book of Romans. Romans. I got black on. I thought that was a nice pastoral feel, right? Black with the collar, right? These are letters, as we talked about yesterday, letters to the church, friends, people who have come to believe in Jesus Christ as Lord, who they need advice. We're in this in-between time, as Paul writes. How do we live in the here and now before the end? And Romans is kind of, it's not that I have a favorite epistle. I mean, I probably don't. But Romans would be up there. Romans is rich, decadent. If you're looking for a read that'll have you asking questions, that dives into the nitty-gritty of what faith, theology, our understanding of the cross is, Romans is for you. Because in the book of Romans, Paul is writing to Christians in Rome. Very good. And these are Christians that are further away from most of his base, so to speak. The Christian message has reached that far into now what is now Italy and the heart of the Roman Empire. Right. This is going to have different context. People in Rome have never heard of the Old Testament, most likely. It would only be the highest learned folks would even have heard of it. This backwater land that Rome has conquered in the Middle East, there, they wouldn't know any of the landmarks. Nazareth, who? Jesus, who? Well, maybe we've heard some rumors, but not much out here, right? They're busy with like I said, the heart of Roman politics, and there's a lot going on in this Roman history, by the way. But this is a book where Paul feels like he's writing to people, unlike most of his epistles, he's writing to people that he has not seen in person. It's a first impression on top of being a letter. He's also writing people who he knows don't know that much about the faith. And so he's spelling it out. Romans really gets into what it is we believe, the understanding, the connections between Old and New Testament. We have big faith statements that we still use all the time. If you look at our ELCA social statements, they're littered with passages from Romans because it's just such a book that spells out what we believe. We got faith in government, Romans 13. We have the inseparable nature of the love of God, Romans 8. One of my favorites in the beginning of Romans, Paul talks about the power of the gospel, and that I am not ashamed of the gospel, for it is the power of salvation to all who believe. There's a lot of good stuff in Romans. And I'd say if you're matchmaking-wise, if you're looking for a book that you want to be able to really get into, to spell out what it is that we believe, why, what are the connections that are happening? Why did God do things the way God did? I have to say, though, you have to be okay with some pastoral rambling, which you've heard me preach, you're used to, so no worries. Anyway, but yes, Romans is not a book that you could read it one day, but I would say you'd want to spread that one out. You want to give each maybe 2 chapters at a time time to breathe and resonate. Paul's going to send you all over the Bible if you're following the connections. I know some people have said they've started some other books, and when they're reading a good study Bible, they have notations at the bottom of where quotes are being come from and context, and they're really getting into it. Paul's going to do that a lot in Romans. So this is the one that if you want a deep dive. So if Romans is for you, then congratulations, you found your match. If not, I'll be back tomorrow with another wonderful epistle. See you tomorrow.